Shadows flickered between the trees, lit by the bright full moon hanging in the sky. The Cherokee warriors moved quietly through the thick woods, an unusual night for such a large war party. To anyone else, they would be easy targets to pick off, but this enemy was blind to their movements. The full moon had forced them to retreat into hiding. The Cherokee approached the large stone walls of the fortress and began to climb. We are talking about the Moon-Eyed People, a legend from the Cherokee Nation about a tribe of light-skinned, short, wide blue-eyed humanoids.
Aliens.
Not aliens. A tribe from the time before Native Americans. The first tribes. Descendants of the Clovis people. Migrants that traveled over the land bridge thousands of years ago. The Cherokee legend is that they fought a war against the Moon-Eyed People, forcing them out of the Appalachian area. The Moon-Eyed People were there before the Cherokee, which made me ask who they would have been and where did the Cherokee come from if they moved into that area. Okay, so for reference, the Cherokee Nation at its height was 25 to 30,000 people on over 40,000 square miles, spanning over North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. So then there's only two options. The Cherokee were already there and they evolved from an older civilization, or they migrated there from somewhere else. Common sense, that's all it could be. Which both of those would still have origins from the Beringia land bridge migrants, which would be the same origins as anyone else on the continent. Unless...
aliens.
Anyways, back to the Moon-Eyed People. So the legends say that they had a severe sensitivity to light, either the sun and or the light from the moon. They were considerably shorter than the Cherokee, who averaged about 5'8" at that time period, which was actually taller than the Europeans. The issues that forced a war between the tribes is that the Moon-Eyed People would abduct people during the nights. But it doesn't say why they did this, and we don't have any history from the Moon-Eyed tribe to shed light on anything they were actually doing. So what happened to them, and where did they go? Well, the legend says that they went west, or retreated into caves. It's not very specific, but we do know that other pre-Native American civilizations also just kind of vanished into history. It's not an uncommon thing. Some of the more famous stories of the Moon-Eyed People come from European settlers who claim to have heard the tales from the Cherokee or early Americans that interacted with the tribes during their removal from the area. Some even say it was Europeans that the Cherokee fought. One story tells of the Welsh prince Madoc inhabiting the area 300 years before Columbus. Doubling down on this story, England then used it to claim North America for itself. If the Welsh were the first ones there, and Wales falls under England, then they discovered it first. Sounds like the United States trying to claim space superiority after we faked the moon landing to beat Russia. Further whitewashing came from tales of white Indians versus red Indians. Again, stating that the white man was here first and trying to further the idea of manifest destiny. A Welsh preacher by the name Morgan James claimed he was captured by Welsh-speaking Native Americans and later released when they discovered they spoke the same language, as he prayed for them to spare him. There is also a link to the Welsh in the mounds. Some said that the Welsh would have brought the knowledge of fortifications with them, building fortified mounds around their villages, specifically Fort Mountain. This is a site that people tie directly to the Moon-Eyed People location. Staying on the Welsh topic, a Welsh explorer, Lionel Waffer, found his way to Panama in the 1680s. He would then write about a tribe of indigenous people known as the Kuna, a tribe that has a high percentage of albinism and were even referenced as the White Indians. Oh, and these White Indians, they had a special mission: protect the moon from a fierce dragon trying to eat it, making reference to both Moon-Eyed People and the White Indians. I find that it's very fascinating that the Welsh story and the Moon-Eyed are so intertwined. The last piece of information is the only piece ever found in support of the Moon-Eyed People. A 3-foot-high block of soapstone featuring two humanoids. Round, flat faces with larger than normal eyes.
Aliens.
It was found in 1841 near Murphy, North Carolina. There have long been tales of interesting tribes in the times before Native Americans, from giants to little cannibals. It's hard to know where these stories come from since there was no written history. And it's hard to know what the exact story was and what has been changed to those that took over. I believe the phrase is, history is written by the victors. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm just here to tell you what's out there.